Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we'll be exploring the crucial role of qualified personnel in the Indian mining industry. And this deep dive is brought to you by Mining 360 Services, India's leading mining consultancy.
Yeah, that's right.
We're going to be diving deep into the Mineral Conservation and Development Rules of 2017. These rules, they aren't just paperwork. They're really the blueprint for safety, efficiency, and responsible practices across the industry.
That's right. They really highlight the need for professionals, like geologists and mining engineers whose knowledge is so essential for every stage of mining operations.
These rules are incredibly detailed. Like, did you know that the qualifications for these roles, even down to whether they need to be full-time or part-time, are carefully spelled out?
Absolutely. It's all about ensuring the right people, the right expertise are involved. Mining impacts the environment, the safety of the workers. So having qualified personnel in charge is absolutely paramount.
So let's break down some of these rules. Rule 55 of the MCDR specifically calls out geologists and mining engineers. Why are these roles so crucial?
Well, a geologist's expertise is really key, even before a mine is established. Their understanding of geological formations helps to determine if a site is viable, how to extract resources with minimal environmental impact. They're kind of like the detectives of the earth.
They are. They help us to understand what lies beneath the surface. So what about the mining engineer then? What are their responsibilities?
Well, once the geologist gives us the green light, the mining engineer steps in to design and manage the mine itself. They consider everything: ventilation, ground support, waste disposal, ensuring that whole extraction process is as safe and efficient as possible.
So they're essentially the architects and the engineers, ensuring that the structure and operation of the mine are sound. The MCDR also talks about different categories of mines, Category A and Category B. Can you explain what that means?
Absolutely. So the categorization's based on the complexity and scale of the operation. Category A mines, those are the larger ones, more mechanized and often involve greater risk. Think about vast high-tech operations with a large workforce.
Like those massive mines you see in documentaries where everything's automated.
Precisely. Because of the scale and potential hazards, Category A mines require full-time, highly experienced geologists and mining engineers. The MCDR specifies that these professionals need at least 5 years of experience in supervisory roles for fully mechanized Category A mines.
So more complexity equals a greater need for specialized knowledge on site. What about Category B mines then? Are the requirements less stringent?
Yeah, they are. Category B mines are smaller, less complex, may only require part-time geologists and mining engineers.
So there's some flexibility, recognizing that a smaller mine's needs might be different. What's fascinating is that the LCDR even has a rule allowing those part-time geologists and mining engineers to work for multiple mines.
Yeah, up to 6 different mines or prospects within a 50-kilometer radius.
Wow.
This rule is all about practicality, resource management.
So you could have one geologist overseeing several smaller mines in a region, ensuring that expertise is being shared across those various operations.
Exactly. It highlights how the regulations try to balance expertise with the practical realities of the industry. It also helps to ensure that smaller operations, which might not need a full-time specialist, still have access to the knowledge and oversight they need to operate safely and responsibly.
We've talked a lot about geologists, but what about mining engineers? The MCDR is quite specific about their qualifications as well, right?
Yes, the MCDR sets a high bar for mining engineers, both full-time and part-time. A degree in mining engineering from a recognized university or an equivalent qualification is absolutely essential. This ensures a strong foundation in the principles of mining engineering, covering everything from mine design and planning to safety procedures and environmental management.
So a solid educational background is non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than just a degree, right?
Right. In addition to their academic qualifications, mining engineers need a second-class certificate of competency, which is issued by the Directorate General of Mine Safety.
The DGMS. So it's like a seal of approval from the authorities verifying their competence in safety practices.
Precisely. This certification goes beyond textbook knowledge. It demonstrates that the mining engineer has the practical skills and understanding to implement safety procedures effectively. This focus on safety certification really underscores how seriously India takes the well-being of its mining workforce.
It's about protecting lives and ensuring those responsible practices across the industry. We've unpacked a lot about the MCDR and the importance of these qualified personnel, but what does this all mean for our listener?
I think the key takeaway here is that expertise matters.
Yeah.
Whether you're an investor, a policymaker, or just someone who cares about responsible resource management, understanding these regulations is crucial. The Indian government has made it very clear that mining needs to be done safely, sustainably, and with the right people at the helm.
It's reassuring to know that these guidelines are in place to protect both people and the environment.
And as technology advances and the demands on the mining industry change, these regulations will likely continue to evolve.
This brings up a fascinating question. How do you see these regulations adapting in the future, especially with the rise of automation and this increasing emphasis on sustainability?
That's a great question. We're already seeing the impact of technology on mining. Automation is changing the nature of work. The need for skilled professionals who can manage these new technologies is growing. At the same time, environmental considerations are becoming more and more central to mining operations.
It's a complex landscape, and navigating it requires expert knowledge and guidance. And that's exactly where a company like Mining 360 Services comes in. They are the leading experts in helping mining companies in India understand and implement these very complex regulations.
Absolutely. Whether you're looking to start a new mining operation or want to ensure your existing operations are up to the latest standards, Mining 360 Services can help. They have a deep understanding of the MCDR, the DGMS requirements, and the evolving landscape of the mining industry.
So if you're involved in mining in India, Mining 360 Services is your go-to resource for navigating the complexities of the industry. They can help you find and train qualified personnel, develop robust safety protocols, and ensure that your operations are both compliant and sustainable.
They are the bridge between the regulations and successful, responsible mining practices.
We've covered a lot of ground today, but the core message is really clear. Expertise is the foundation of responsible mining in India.
Yeah, and remember, these rules and regulations, they're not just about compliance. It's about protecting lives, safeguarding the environment, and ensuring that long-term viability of the entire mining industry.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with something to think about. As technology continues to advance and the focus on sustainability intensifies, what new skills and expertise will be needed in the mining industry of the future?
That's a question worth pondering. We might see a need for even greater specialists in fields like data analytics, remote sensing, and environmental engineering. The mining industry is going to need to adapt to all these new demands, and so will the regulations that govern it.
It's a reminder that learning never stops, especially in a field as dynamic as mining. And for those who are ready to embrace those challenges and the opportunities, Mining 360 Services is there to guide the way.
Yeah, they're the trusted partners for mining companies in India, helping them not just to comply with these regulations, but to exceed expectations in terms of safety, efficiency, and sustainability.
A huge thank you to you, our listener, for joining us on this deep dive into the world of qualified personnel in mining, brought to you by Mining 360 Services, India's top mining consultants. We hope you found this exploration insightful